Hello, good evening. I want to thank you for joining us at our Team All In business training. And I've been kind of pondering and thinking about a few things. And I know, Joan, you were on a special training with Eric Worre, and you shared some information with us. And he shared some pretty powerful information. And I know Ashley and Whit have been talking about this. And it's interesting because I remember when I first started building my business the first couple of years, every time November, December would roll around, I had this kind of fear of not growing and can't wait for January. Can't wait for January. And I had that mindset. And I remember that one year I was consistent at 10,000 PV for like 2 solid years. And then when that November came, I didn't hit my 10,000 in December. And I remember being at a training and listen to Jerry Brassfield talking about what you think about, right, will happen. And I had that worry that I wouldn't achieve my goal. And I planted that seed and it happened. And then I thought to myself, man, so anyways, and I continued to try to get that out of my head. And as the months and years went on, I remembered looking at November, December differently. And my business continued to grow, which was kind of cool. So now you're hearing Ashley and Stephen. I never really understood it or really knew how to explain it. But now I'm understanding that November and December are the 2 months that will push you into an incredible quarter if you treat those months correctly. And you're meeting with more people, you're connecting with more people. There's a lot of people that are afraid of the holidays because they're concerned about, buying gifts and getting into debt and maxing out their credit cards. And so there's a lot of need out there. So if we're out there with that mindset that, hey, we have this great opportunity and I'm going to share and connect. And I mean, I have met more people and connected with more people over the last couple of weeks because I've had it in my mind that I'm going to talk to 2 people every day. And it doesn't always lead to Neo life, but I would say 80% of the time, somehow it comes into the conversation. And I've been having fun with it. I'm not doing it like feeling like stressed or desperate or, like I was at Home Depot today, early this morning, running an errand for my family. And they didn't want to go. I said, I'll go. I said, don't worry. I said, I'll go pick up your order. No problem. I said, because it's only 10 minutes away. And hey, who am I going to meet today? So sure enough, the lady that I connected with 3 days ago, I was there 3 days ago, she recognized me and said, oh, Nat, I haven't tried the sample yet. And then this other girl goes, what are you talking about? And then I said, oh, and I shared my story. I asked her if they were open. And this other lady from the Philippines came up to me and said, well, what is that? And then she said, I'd like to be a part of something like that. I need to slow aging. And I thought to myself, if I would have said, no, I don't feel like going to the Home Depot, then I wouldn't have connected with these 3 people all within like 20 minutes. So you have to go into this November, December and have fun and share and talk and start relationships. And it's that activity and adding people to your list that are going to help your first quarter be incredible. So anyways, I'm going to have Joan Poon, who shared this quote with me. And I'm going to actually, I think Heather volunteered to read it aloud with her. Being a teacher librarian, I think she'd be the perfect person. But Joan found the quote and shared it with Heather and asked if Heather would read this aloud. And then we can have a discussion, Joan, around this amazing quote. Thank you so much, Heather.
Okay, so it is a very powerful quote. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision. raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance, which no man could have dreamed would have come his way. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.
Powerful. You read it very, very well, Heather. Thank you, because there's a lot of little pauses and a lot of areas where you had to kind of stress, right? So in simple words, Heather, what would be like the overall message for some of our listeners?
Just do it.
Just do it
now.
It.
Yeah.
Just do it and do it now.
Just do it.
Because again, if you hesitate, right, what happens?
You're planting doubt. Right? You
Right.
don't want to plant doubt. So I think you said it really well, Nada. Getting the mindset and just say, hey, just go in and meet people and talk to people, and you have the intention at the back of that there is a purpose, that you're fulfilling your mission and you're committed to it.
Right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take a picture of it so they can have it.
Yeah.
You can take a picture because it's you have to read it.
You did. Like I had to read it while Heather was reading it, because the words are quite deep, right? But I'm going to take a picture of it, and then
it's sort of a old language too, It
is old
language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is old language. Anybody else get anything from this? Anything that where it triggered in your mind, or maybe helped you understand why you're doing something, or maybe recognizing that you're doing something, or wanting to change something that you're doing? Anybody?
Can I make a comment?
Oh. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's okay. And then we'll have Leonie. Go ahead, Joan.
So when you make that commitment, things happen that you couldn't plan it. Like people appear, could not even plan that. Providence, like the universe, whoever you want to call it, just comes in and helps you. And it's something you don't plan. So when you make that commitment in your mind, it just happens, right? So that's why you don't have the doubt. If you have the doubt, these things don't happen for you. And I think Leonie has been seeing that happen recently as well.
Yeah, because the one sentence that resonates here is, whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. And then boldness has genius, power, and magic in it, which is true, because if you're bold, somehow or other, whatever you think and dream, it just comes to the forefront. But I think too, I always see it as like a crossroads. You either go this way and do it, or you go that way and don't do it. And then whichever way you pick, you kick yourself if you didn't do it. That's how I feel. So I always want to know that I better do it. Because when I have not done it, I just say, oh my gosh, why didn't I? What could have happened? What if? And I don't want to go with what ifs, because like Joan says, everything falls into place. Like it says here, everything falls into place, especially if you have a dream and you've mapped it out in your brain. And that's the thing that'll carry you on. That's what I think. That's what I get from that.
It's the law of attraction as well too, right?
Yeah.
Get excited about it. You have to put that emotion in it, and you'll attract it. So it's a magnet,
Yeah.
But you have to have a why also. I think that's where that strength comes from, the reason. Why do you want to do this? Why are you doing this? What is the reason? What is your driving force that gives you that drive to whatever you can do or dream you can do it and begin it? Why? What is it that you want? What's the outcome? That's where your dreams and goals. So does anybody want to share maybe one of their whys, or a why? Like, what would be the reason? Anybody have a why that they'd like to share that drives you to wake up every morning and you get excited about going out and sharing what we have to offer?
Well, I have a why. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Go for it, Leonie.
Well, my why, I have a few whys, but the one why, the biggest why, is to touch as many people. I know it sounds cliche. Touch as many people as you can and affect their lives. Because when you affect just one little thing and you ask them that question, the famous question which we all ask, and that person receives it. And I saw it today in someone's eyes when I went to go to a place and someone wanted Chick-fil-A, okay? And I asked this young man and his eyes lit up. And that question can change whatever's triggering in their brain. You don't know what they're thinking. And that is that is one of the main driving force to change a person's life, whichever way they see it. Plus I have otherwise in my own personal family wise, right? Yeah. And to leave a legacy to my kids. That's a big why with me.
Yeah. Your kids are that's one of my big whys too, Leonie, is doing this for the better of my family. You know, I'm in a position where I'm able to help my brother-in-law and my sister, and just knowing that I'm building something so grand that I could leave it to my boys. And it just, it kind of, I don't know what it is, but it just gives me this great feeling and appreciation and just truly feeling blessed. And that drives me every single day. And I get really, not frustrated, but I get kind of, I want more people to know what we have to offer. It's because, you know, you talk to so many people and you see their struggles in their health and, you know, especially when you hear that protein talk that I'm going to share on Thursday, if people really knew, like really deep down knew the importance of quality and the impact that some of these nutrients could make in their life and their family, they would be screaming from mountaintop, telling more people. But it's our job. This is why we hear, this is why we do what we do, to connect with more people and find the leaders that are willing to share, because we can't do it alone, right? We need more leaders like us, you know, joining this amazing opportunity so we can reach more people, because we really need to get bigger and better than some of these other companies that are out there where the quality of their products don't come anywhere near. And we're seeing it in Ashley and Steven. You have to remember that they thought that they were part of a company that had the best products. They are blown away at the Neolife difference compared to this other company that they had committed and were so passionate because they thought they had the best. They didn't know about this incredible company. Why? Because we need more people like us, leaders, saying, yes, we want to share this with more people. Okay. Joni, what's your big why?
My big why is in terms of my vision. Oh, I think Wen wanted to go next.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was muted, so I didn't hear.
Fine, you're muted.
You have to unmute Wen, so I didn't hear your little voice.
I unmuted myself because we were having a show. Okay, well, after listening to Leonie's just sounds so, it sounds so altruistic, and mine seems so petty and small.
Don't compare.
But it is the one that you remember we were at the cottage, at Shelley's cottage, and I did my business one then. So I had that one. I've always been enamored with it, but I recognize it's all about the money. It's all about the money. And I wrote another one, which is basically the same, but it's based on my current, you know, like a year later, what's happened to me in the last year. It's sort of, but it's still about money. And I'm not sure that I like that being about money, because really touching people's lives. I mean, they do say that the more money you make, that means the more lives you've touched. But the other way around is so much more aesthetically pleasing. That's
but it's not real. When for you to say you want money, that is powerful, because that is where you are in your life. You're at a stage in your life where you need that income and you want that income. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're not doing it out of greed. You're doing it out of, you need to take care of yourself. and you want to take care of others. So there's nothing wrong with wanting that money or desiring money, because you're doing it for the right reasons. You understand? So I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? Because they even say that we shouldn't have a fear of wanting to earn income, right, Joan?
Yeah, I think Leonie, that's like
that's what I mean too. Oh, you can't hear.
She wants to make money too.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing.
Yes.
Without saying it, it's saying it in a different way. Oh man, I need money too.
Maybe we can differentiate, like, you know, like you have a vision of helping people, but then we have our goals. I want to make money too as well.
Yeah.
I need to, you know, so Winston can retire. So I need money as well. So let's own it, that we need money, time and money freedom. And in so doing, we want to help people. And I was thinking lately, sorry, are you finished, Ren?
Do you want me to read my whys?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you know what? And yes, and then Joan, you can maybe
come back.
Yeah, come back and
Hold
finish
that thought.
Yeah.
So I know as I say it, you'll remember me talking about it. So my business story, and it was in August of 2022 that I wrote it. I retired after a 50-year career as a nurse practitioner. I loved being a nurse practitioner. It was a great career path for me, and I thought it was going to give me a generous pension to live on till the end of my days. But that didn't happen. My investments were hit hard during COVID. It's hard for me to say it having done that whole build-up about it. Anyway.
That's okay.
Okay. Give me a minute.
See, your why has a lot of heart, Wen. You have to remember that.
I know, but my head is not in the right place.
Okay. That's okay. No, you know what? You can take a break and come back. Like I said, we are here to work as a team. We're here as friends. We're here for love and support. When you're not the only one that has been in trying times, okay? Some of us just don't share it. We don't express it. You're more emotional. You put your heart on your sleeve, okay? We've all come from some dark places, and I have myself, and I know Leonie has. So don't think you're alone. Like this is my strength. This is what gives me the passion and the will to keep doing what I'm doing. I have a lot of negativity in my life too, and this has been like such a godsend. And this is why you are here with us, with this Neo-Life family, to support and help you grow, right? Now, we just have to get you out there doing the right words and talking to people. And you'll get there, and you're going to achieve your goal of director. I believe that, because I know you have an incredible heart. You're a beautiful person. The products have stopped your aging since I've known you. So you just have to get bold enough to share that with people. That's all. You guys have to get out there and share and let people know what you have to offer. And you will. You're in a new community. Building that relationship with new people, it's hard, but you can do it. Build that relationship, build the friendships, build the trust, get out there and just talk to people.
And remember what we said to you this morning. Joanne and I were talking to you. Remember what we said to you. She has a beautiful heart. I mean, you look at her and you see the kindness and the beauty in you, but you project that. You project such calm. When? When?
Oh, right.
Like a win-win.
You just had to get away from that old age community, because nobody there. They accepted that they were almost at the end of their life. They didn't want. Right? They didn't want to do anything about where they're at. They're comfortable. They're at a retired stage where they're okay. And some of them have accepted their illnesses and they don't want to do anything about it. And there's people like that.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of people like that.
A lot of people like that, right? So you had to step away from that environment because you knew you couldn't grow your business in that community. Now you're in a whole new community.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Joan, you were going to let's see what Joan had to offer.
Well, I've been thinking that as I need money, we need the money. I like to get at least $10,000 a month.
Right.
And, but I've been thinking about, the people I'm meeting, that there's a huge need out there. We have to be ambassadors for teaching, educating people, because they don't know what they don't know in terms of nutrition, what we have, even just nutrition, right? So I feel that need. Just recently I've been feeling that. But my goal, my desire is to have more time with my family, time freedom, money freedom, financial freedom. I'm looking for that too, right? And so my goal for the new year is 1 ruby by convention.
Wow.
And
that's wonderful.
And when I made that decision, people are coming into my life, and I was mapping it out today when you said that, and in my team, I'm getting leaders of the dormant ones. There are 3 people that I have that I can see that happening. So
Nice.
So you have to make that commitment. You have to really do it and not wait and say, well, let's see how many people I have, and okay, now I'll do 1,000 points. Eric Warren said, no, you have to plan it. Don't decide at the time, right? Yeah, I only have 5 people, so that'll make me a manager. No, you got to decide what you want, and that's not what you want, right? You want to be a director or whatever else other than just a manager, or and we'll be all capable. We're all capable of doing it.
What's 1 ruby? What's how many PV is that, Joan?
Well, it's 3. You get 3. You have 3 directors.
Oh yeah.
20,000 PVs. But I'd
3
like to have.
directors. Oh.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Well, yeah, we all can. We all can do it. Yeah. Maybe at every meeting we should do something like this. Do something reminding each other about a goal. I think that's even more important.
It's important. It really is.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I like this.
This is what we need. We need to constantly remind ourselves of what we're doing and why we're doing it. Right? Because it's easy to the day can just come and go, and right? Is everybody reading their 25 cards morning and night? I haven't stopped. That's another powerful force. Okay. Anybody else want to share their why? You're even so quiet. You're listening intently. I know you've got that studious look about you. Do you want to unmute? Unmute. Sorry.
I think, my major long-term why, which is to help young people in the arts. But my immediate is, again, when it's money also. I'm looking to, to build retirement and just to have the freedom that I can go when I want to go. And if I don't want to do the business for a week, 2 weeks, I can do that. But right now, I'd also just have even enough money that I can pay. I do have a helper coming in every so often, like once a month. I'd like her to come in every week, so I have more time for me to focus on my business. So that's my immediate why. Has always been, but it's just working towards it. Yeah. So yes, when it's still money. Yep. It's always money. We all need that.
Heather, you're listening too very intensely.
Yes, and my why has changed over the years, but it still is about money. And at the beginning, it was I need the money to meet my monthly bills. We didn't have enough every month. It was juggling which bill was going to get paid, which one wasn't. A lot of stress around that. And I wanted to retire from teaching. I felt trapped in teaching, and I thought, well, I have to because of the pension. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll retire, but then I'll have my pension. Well, I want more than that. So it was all about the money. And now, when I really think about it, I said, why am I still doing this? Why do I want to do it? And it's to prove that I can. And I think Okay. I can use the excuse that I want to prove to my family, but no, you don't start there. It's to prove to myself that I can. And what's the proof? At what level have I proven that? Well, at some level, I am still successful. I'm getting a check every month. But I would say, I don't know, I'm just pulling a number out of the hat. When I get $2,000 a month, okay, then it will be noticeable, right? And I want to help other people to relieve stress, the stresses that I went through. I want to help my daughters relieve the stresses. They're both going through stresses like that. I can see it. I can see myself in them. I can see my life in them, you know. And I thought, but the main thing is for me to do it first. I do it. I lead by example. That's and I have done it. Then people can see, oh yeah, okay, this does work. And I'm not pushing it on people, and I'm not, you know, preying on people as they have this in their head, right? No, I'm just talking to people and helping them. And if, you know, very simply, one lady said, oh, I really need some more energy. I said, we got to talk. You want energy? I can help you get energy. No question about it, right? So helping other people get the joy in their life. And oftentimes, once you take away the stresses, and a lot of stresses are tied to money, take those stresses away, they can feel more joy in their life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit it on the nail, Heather. Just love it. Absolutely love everything you've just shared. Said so perfectly. And yeah, and we see the stress in others. You can see, you know, how, you know, even extra $500 or $1,000 a month can relieve stress in some of these people's lives. Like, we're not asking them to quit their jobs, or, you know, just to have that little extra side gig to help them relieve some of that stress. I'm meeting more and more single moms, and they're so stressed, trying to help their kids, and they're working these jobs that are paying the minimum wage, and it's a struggle, right? It really, really is a struggle. And we have such an amazing opportunity for all, right? If they were just to take a look, right? Take a look and see if it's a fit for you, right? That's all I say. Just come and take a look. I said, it may or may or not be a fit for you, but man, you know, if you want to feel better and help other people feel better, this can change your life, right? Yeah. Something as simple as that. Just come and take a look. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can, for some reason, I couldn't get that video playing earlier. I'm going to see if I can get it now. Okay, so there's my one of my slides. You guys said you'd never seen that before. I probably shared this a couple of times. Maybe that's why. Here we go. Let's see if this loads. Okay, let's listen. I liked his message today about leaders. The leaders must lead.
So it allows us to be the person we need to be, and also the leader that the people need to have.
Go to the beginning.
Today's word on Minute with Maxwell is lead. Oh, what a great word. I've given my life to leadership, to leaders, helping people learn how to lead. And the reason I've done that is because everything does rise or fall on leadership. And when you learn to lead, honestly, your life gets a lot better. So all of my life, I have done my best to help all of us, people like you and people like me, develop leadership skills and begin to embrace leadership values, so it allows us to be the person we need to be, and also the leader that the people need to have and follow. It's been a very rewarding journey because I have watched so many people learn to lead and begin to experience what I call the law of the lid. How well you lead determines how well you succeed. I've given my life to it. And not only am I excited about the training and the teaching and the books I write on leadership, but I'm excited that we are able to provide events like Live to Lead. Oh my gosh, this event is life-changing. It literally every year helps tens of thousands of people. I hope you'll discover Live to Lead and become a part of that event. I promise you this, that day is a day that will take you further in your leadership journey than any other thing that I know. that could help you be the person and the leader that you want to be. Live to Lead. Look it up, okay? My name's John. I'm your friend. Thanks for being with me today on Minute with Maxwell.
The reason why I wanted to share that with you is I remember Alan and Elise when they used to share Bob Proctor's quotes at the end of every meeting. And I know Joan with Eric Worre, there are amazing leaders out there, and you will resonate with some of them. And Bob Proctor, initially, I didn't understand who he was or what he did, but I remember Al always having this powerful quote at the end of every business training, and was always a quote from Bob Proctor. And then when he came to Toronto, we went to see him. And I've been to see Bob about probably 4 times in my career with Neolife, and totally inspired me and helped me just get into that right mindset. You know, it might be John Maxwell, it might be Eric Worre, it might be, there's some amazing business people out there that might just help you overcome that challenge that you might be having in that mindset. And Joan, how did you find, I know you've been doing, I love the GoPro book. I love listening to Eric Worre, but that, I think that was something that's really helping you and having an impact.
The last session, he talked about your subconscious mind. I think that's what Bob Proctor talks about a lot. And that was a really good talk. Let me see if I had my notes here. Yeah. And he was talking about having an employee. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Having that. So you're driven by your subconscious mind, right? Everything that we do. And so some of the things, let's see if I can explain this properly. So we have an employee mentality, a subconscious mind, right? From young or from going to school, right? It's that mind of an employee. So a lot of the things when you get into network marketing, right? That's an entrepreneur mind. And we do a lot of stuff that's has an employee mind. And we make excuses, right? There's always a reason why you can't do something. You always rationalize. Whereas as an entrepreneur, you look at all those challenges as growth. He was saying he's looking for a challenge, just have growth. I'm just summarizing. There's a lot more, but that's all. Yep. But he's telling us change that mentality. And one of the things he says, programming, it affects your attitude, then your actions, results, and then your lifestyle. And he said you can do a fast track to accountability. Was huge for him too as well. And I've been hearing a lot about accountability, and I'm really enjoying being with Shelley. I mean, Shelley keeps me accountable, right? So it's so important. And he talked about sort of like a fast track. Okay, so it takes time to shift that subconscious mind, like to shift from it. But he said actions will help you get there. But just keep doing. Don't think about it. So then the actions will change your attitude and it will help your programming, right? Because it takes a long time. It doesn't happen in a week or 2 weeks. I mean, if we're 60-something years old, I mean, it took a long time to get to this point. So he's saying actions is and accountability is what you can lean on right now. Yeah, we tend to sabotage, ourselves with that mentality, employee mentality. Yeah, so that's basically, it's a lot of notes, but I can't go into.
No, that's great. No, the messages tonight were incredible. So I want to thank you all for all of your input. And when I know you're taking all this in, so, and I know you can do this. We know you can do this. We've all had our dips and valleys and highs and lows in this business. And that's why we're together as a team to help to support all of that. And we're here to celebrate when you do get to that level. Okay, so we're going to all celebrate all of our 1 Ruby, 2 Ruby, 3 Ruby, 4 Ruby Director Leadership School. We only have 1 more month to qualify. 1 more month.
Wow.
To go to the Leadership School or Leadership Summit. And so she's working her buns off to get there. It's, yeah, really excited to have another Canadian representative in the spring. And then you guys will be next for the fall. Okay.
When is it in the spring, Nat? Is it like
it's usually
April, May?
I don't know the date yet. We'll have to look and see when they set the date. I'm not sure if they actually, it might be in the events. You have to go back and look in the events. I don't have the dates in front of me. Okay.
Can I share one more thing, Nada? I was just looking at my notes from the first time. He talked about this time of the year. I think we went over that to reflect. It's a time to reflect on what you've done and what you haven't done. That's what he's saying, right? So plan for 2023. Don't wait. So prepare in advance what you want to happen in 2023 and close strong. And another thing he said, do you feel stuck, right? And if you want to, you have to become aware that you're stuck, right? And I think sometimes you feel kind of stuck sometimes. So the first thing is become aware. He said it's a lie, it's excuses. And he said the next thing is a catalyst. What's the catalyst? Something to put you into action. So it could be desperation or inspiration. And we would like inspiration, right? So inspiration is like your goals, really, or your dreams, right? Desperation is something really happens to you, like you go bankrupt or something, or somebody dies or whatever, right? So you don't want to wait till that point. You don't have to go through that. So use the inspiration part. He says you need to get mad. I'm not living like this anymore, right? And then you make a decision. Make a decision that you'll have a breakthrough, that you will live until you will not live under your potential. And then he talks about, he showed a picture of maximum potential, and a lot of us are just about quarter way, right? And the next thing was accountability, which was huge. Another thing he said was to look for triggers that cause you to get stuck. These triggers, like he said, in his situation, it was his health. And he said he was trying to lose weight, and when he got a compliment, he slacked off, right? Or if it's a holiday, so I worked hard, so I need a break. All these are triggers to get us stuck again, right?
Right.
So that's what he was saying. So he said that the secret sauce for getting unstuck is to create an unstoppable accountability system that will cause you to do the thing you need to do for your business. Yeah, so it's so powerful.
Can I just add something to that? I just said when you were talking about desperation, and I'm only talking for myself. My desperation has led to my inspiration, because when you're desperate enough, somehow or other, my mind gets very creative. This is me. I'm talking about myself again, that I get very creative and things. How do I get out of this desperate situation? How do I change it? And hence, that's my inspiration for me.
Yeah, it's human nature.
Right. You have to get out of something, right? And you just automatically find ways to either survive or get out, or get over it, or whatever, where it's health or doesn't matter what it is. Right?
But it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't have to. That's why I say it's only for me. That's my own story, right? And it works different ways for different people.
That's my story too, right? If I didn't have breast cancer, right, I wouldn't take my health so seriously, right?
For sure.
But they're saying, because we know that we can use that inspiration, like get our dreams and goals and get us so that we don't suffer. Like you avoid some suffering that way, right? So,
right. Exactly. And your desperation when you were ill, Joan, brought you to this amazing inspiration. And now it's a positive thing, and you've turned it around, and now you're like passionate about sharing. You know, you get one chance to have this healthy body and healthy life. You know, you want to give your body the best you can to enjoy this time on earth.
Yeah.
Right.
On a daily basis. I don't have chemotherapy and think, oh, I'm fine. And that's what I try to tell people too as well. You don't just get that fix, this medication, and you're good. No, it's daily to my health.
Absolutely.
Love tonight. Yay. You guys just hit it on the nail. I knew we'd have an amazing conversation. And like I said, November, December, talk to people, put them in that funnel, plug it up so that when January hits, they just start coming out, right? And just adding people. And Yeah, so we really can impact so many people's lives. And anyway, so blessed to have you all tonight. I want to thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see some of you at 8 o'clock and some of you at 9 o'clock. So thank you so much, Joan, for pulling that up. Thank you, Heather, for reading it. Thank you, Wen, for sharing and pouring your heart. And Yuli, I just so appreciate all you do. And Leonie, big heart too. So thank you so much, ladies. And we will see you soon. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Bye.
Bye.